Thank you very much. So good morning and welcome, ASGE members and guests. It is my privilege as ASGE President to speak to you today and to summarize the important accomplishments of your society this past year. I will start with the most historic aspect of this presidency in that for the very first time in history, all 4 gastroenterology societies in the United States had women presidents. This was not the result of careful coordination, but a timing of coincidence and a significant signal that the GI societies recognize the importance of diversity and inclusion for all of our members. One of the highlights of my presidency was successfully bringing the 4 GI societies together to launch a single email platform to connect with our members. While each society has a specific mission and focus, it is important that whenever possible, we speak with one voice on issues affecting all gastroenterologists. You see here the new email format that we will use to communicate with you about collaborative work on important issues and thus reduce the number of duplicative emails you receive if you belong to more than one society. You should also know that throughout the year, your society leadership has worked hard behind the scenes to protect the practice of endoscopy for our members and patients from outside forces that threaten to undermine the value of what we do. Additionally, as your endoscopy society, it is our responsibility to respond on behalf of our members and patients to news media that does not always present balanced information about our specialty, the procedures we perform. I would like to highlight several issues we have addressed recently. In April 2018, this study was published suggesting that nearly 75% of commonly used scopes remain contaminated by bacteria after standard reprocessing. This was a small study, only 3 small facilities, and we believe should not be considered indicative of the effectiveness of scope reprocessing in the thousands of other healthcare facilities in the United States. We developed a rapid response to the article that can be found on our website to help you answer questions from patients meaningfully and satisfactorily. However, this story should serve as a reminder that patient safety is of paramount importance, and we can never let our guard down on infection control. Secondly, this year we have seen an aggressive direct-to-consumer advertising campaign promoting Cologuard. Our members have expressed legitimate concerns that the public will misunderstand the true difference between the various tests and what constitutes average risk based on this advertising. In response, we created a new poster to help explain the recent screening recommendations and the rankings of the available tests to patients and referring physicians, and it is being released here at DDW. And you can pick this up at our Learning Center or you can find it online on our website. You may also have seen that new guidelines were released this week from the American Cancer Society, advance slide please, from the American Cancer Society to lower the age for screening of average risk individuals from 50 to 45. This change was a qualified recommendation based on largely a modeling study utilizing data on the rising incidence of colorectal cancer in younger people. Though evidence to support lowering the screening age is limited, the ASGE considers that based on the evidence presented, this is potentially an important and cost-effective step toward further improvements in colorectal cancer prevention. We expect the new recommendations to stimulate investigation that will clarify the benefits and the risks of earlier screening. We have also increased efforts to communicate with you on social media. As president and from an older generation, I have tried to keep up with the times and our growing number of members who use social media as a primary means of obtaining information. As a result, ASGE has been more visible on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and I started a presidential blog. So I must admit, as I figured out hashtags and Twitter, I found myself resisting the urge to follow President Trump's lead and post unfiltered opinions freely on the Society Twitter page. And I have to thank ASGE staff for keeping my comments about CMS, reimbursement, and all things negatively impacting gastroenterology mature and free of 4-letter words. Many of you here are contributors to the Beyond Our Walls capital campaign that concluded last summer. Through the generous support of you, our members, and our corporate partners, $3 million were raised to promote our mission and dedication to endoscopy and practice support. I want to share some of the new products that have been developed this year as a direct result of your support. In 2017, our first GI operations benchmarking survey results were released. This details endoscopic unit data derived from 756 gastroenterologists practicing in 83 different gastroenterology units across all types of practice settings and is the largest known collection of such data in endoscopy centers. There are 100 different metrics, and it provides data to optimize your unit performance, and it now qualifies as a MIPS activity, and participation is free. And we are now collecting data for year-end 2017, so please consider joining us in providing data for this invaluable resource. Beyond Our Walls support has led to development of many new practice improvement resources this past year. These products are the result of the expertise and the hard work of many committees working together and includes a monthly e-newsletter, the all-new 2018 Coding Primer, and the 2018 AEC Primer. And lastly, with funding from the campaign, we have invested in a new learning management system that is released here at DDW called GI Leap, Learn, Explore, and Advance Practice. The number and quality of learning opportunities that will be available on GI Leap is incredible, and it is fast, efficient, and fully mobile. We also just released the all-new GSAP 9, and you can find it here on GI Leap. So get online or stop by the Learning Center and take a look. Your committees have continued to release oh, there you got it, thank you. Your committees have continued to release the high-quality guidelines that we are known for, as well as innovative teaching videos delivered on a regular basis via our weekly Scope e-newsletter. You're already familiar with the ASGE Video Tip of the Week, sharing brief practical tips and tricks. And this year, under the direction of Dr. Pratik Sharma, we have released monthly Tech Talk videos designed to demonstrate the use of a variety of devices by recognized experts. Under the direction of editor Mike Wallace, GIE continues to be the premier GI journal for endoscopy, and we have seen a steady rise in the strength and the reputation of the journal during his tenure as editor. Video GIE is celebrating conclusion of its second year and has been successful thanks to the very hard work of the co-editors, Drs. Raju and Todd Barron. This year, Raju will become the editor-in-chief of Video GIE, and Todd will move on to the governing board. Education is the mainstay of our mission, and to this end, we offer many courses throughout the year with expert faculty. And here you see a few of our upcoming events for the remainder of this year. Our annual postgraduate course at DDW starts tomorrow, and this year, for the first time, is free to all ASGE trainee members. It has been organized by Drs. Jennifer Christie, Sri Kamanduri, and John Vargo, and it is sure to be a fantastic course, and it is not too late to register. ASGE is committed to enhancing diversity and providing leadership opportunities to all of our members. And because we believe so strongly in diversity, we have created programs, awards, and committees that support our initiatives. Today, I want to highlight the new GOLD program, or GI Organizational Leadership Development, that was started this year and created by Dr. Stephen Mundowitz and John Vargo. This is a 12-month-long program and offers any ASGE member who is 5 to 10 years into practice an opportunity to develop leadership and career advancement skills. A few spots are still available, so contact Dr. Ed Mundowitz if you are interested. We continue to enthusiastically support and seek out international members, who now constitute approximately 18% of ASGE membership, and international membership has grown 52% over the last 5 years. Among other things, this year a Latin American SIG has been formed, and we have agreed to prepare our first joint guideline with ESGE on a topic to be determined later this week. The most personally rewarding accomplishment this year was co-hosting with Dr. Ken Wang the ASGE NIH Innovators Summit on Simulators and the Future of Endoscopic Training, the subject of my presidential initiative. This occurred in November 2017 with the core purpose of developing consensus priority areas for endoscopic simulator development and the use of simulation for education and research. My goal is that ASGE work to create training models that can accurately simulate a variety of advanced techniques, after which simulator mastery could translate to clinical competence. Documented translation to competence after hands-on training has long been an area in need of development and a challenge that we intend to address for our members. A white paper summarizing the key findings of the summit will be published this year in GIE, along with a technical document on existing simulators. And as a result of the summit, we are working with several industry sources to investigate creation of new simulation models. At the Learning Center during DDW, Touch Surgery will be presenting video-based mini simulations on a prototype mobile application developed especially for ASGE. We would very much like your feedback on this app as a teaching tool, so please drop by and check it out. Lastly, this is not a job that can be nor should it be done alone, nor a job for which I can take credit for the many accomplishments this year. It requires enormous support from many. I would like to recognize and thank our corporate partners, without whose generosity many of the programs and services ASGE offers today would not be possible. My heartfelt thanks to the Executive Committee and the Governing Board of ASGE, who have provided guidance and leadership throughout the year, sometimes on difficult topics in which there was not always uniform agreement. Your board has been responsible for oversight on all of the outstanding products and programs ASGE has presented this year. I want to recognize and thank the 23 ASGE committees, their chairs and members who work throughout the year to carry out our mission and the requests of the board. The Society depends heavily on them for its many publications and educational efforts. So thank you for your dedication and time commitment to ASGE. I want to give particular recognition to our outgoing board members, Pratik Sharma, John Martin, and Doug Fagel, and to our outgoing committee chairs, Ned Bentley, Jennifer Christie, John Cohen, Glenn Eisen, and Laurel Fisher. Every one of them have served your society faithfully for many years. There is a large support system needed to run a society like ASGE. The ASGE staff are a very special group of carefully selected individuals whose dedication to our members and our society's success is unsurpassed. They often work evenings and weekends to provide support for our many meetings and courses, and we thank them for this time away from their home and families to make ASGE endeavors a success. In addition, the ASGE executive team has provided advice and guidance on many topics this year, and they deserve special recognition for their hard work and leadership. And I want to give a final thanks to ASGE CEO Pat Blake. Pat is the enduring face of ASGE. She has been a thought leader, a creator, a mentor, and a friend to many. To me, she has been a partner from whom I have learned much about leadership and who has given me the strength and confidence to carry out the duties as president of ASGE. So thank you, Pat. And last, but definitely not least, I want to thank my family. I could never have accepted this position or carried it out to my fullest capability if not for my loving and supportive husband of 30 years, Mike Osato. Mike and I are blessed with two wonderful children who have grown up in the comical world of gastroenterology, dinner conversation, bedtime stories, and making jokes about bodily functions and noises. I think they are pretty well adjusted in spite of this exposure, and I am very proud of them. So to conclude, I also want to thank you, all ASGE members, for this very productive year and being given the honor, the privilege, and the opportunity to lead this premier GI society. Thank you. And in closing, one more thing. I would now like to introduce your new ASGE president for 2018-19, Dr. Stephen Mundowitz. Thank you.